Welcome back to the Chicago Shoot the Shit podcast. I'm Steven Leitner, and I'm joined today by Blake Grantham. And today we are going to do an NHL tier maker list, and it's going to be on NHL players. All right, to start off the bat, first one we have up here, Alex Barkov. Now, while I think he's a great player, and I don't think Florida gets fairly good enough recognition,
Right.
they're the top of the division this year in the was it the Central or whatever division it is? Yeah,
Yeah.
Central Division. 12-4-2, and their two franchise players that they have are Huberdeau and Barkov. I think Barkov definitely deserves to be in the elite category because he's a great two-way player. He reminds me of I don't know, a heavier Jonathan Taves.
Right.
Like, you can't knock the dude off the puck. He's gonna create space for his wingers. I don't know. I think he's an overall great player. I definitely think he deserves to be in the elite category. He's been roughly around a point per game the past couple seasons. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think about? Is elite a good spot for him? Do you think?
Yeah, I would do that. Elite, great. I mean, I would definitely take him on the Hawks for sure.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, all right. You got Ovi. Well, what's your take on Ovi?
Fuck, he's franchise, man. He's got to be, right?
Oh yeah, you got to put
You
him in
got to
it.
put him up there. I mean, the guy's one
Dude,
of the best scorers of all time.
100%, dude. Ovi's such a beast. Like, I feel so bad because I want him to break Gretzky's record,
Right.
but he lost, 12 games or whatever last year to COVID
Yep.
since the season was ended. There's only 56 games going on this season, so I'm like, oh, he's
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 getting
not even
fucked.
at, yeah, he's like 150 goals or more so away. Like, he's gonna have to, I think it's near 200 goals away from
How many goals
where
does
he
he
needs to
have?
get to. I think he's got like 709 or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. I
Damn.
mean, probably more than that, but
That's a
I
lot.
mean, that's like a 50 goal pace you need to get on to beat Gretzky over the next 4 years. Which, I mean, he's 35 already. I don't know
Man.
if I'm going to see a 39-year-old scoring 50 goals.
Yeah, that'd be
You
insane.
know,
I don't know. He
but
might be on that Russian juice or some shit.
yeah, right. Yeah, definitely a franchise player though. Finally got that cup. Like, that was the one thing that was
Yeah.
knocking on him.
Yep.
Was he never won that cup, and he finally got that. But he's at 712 career goals, and Gretzky's record is 894.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know. How much
So yeah, it's gonna be close.
how much do you think he ends up with at the end of his career?
I
800?
he's still elite, so I
Right.
can't. I mean, franchise in this case, but I don't know. The dude's just an animal. I
Yeah.
don't know if I can see him slowing down. I mean, you can already see he's got gray hair and shit and a
Yeah.
gray beard, but he's
Yep.
a silver fox out on the ice. Um, I think he beats it. I want to see him beat it.
I
I
hope
think
he does too.
that'd be great for the game. All right, next we got Anza Kopitar. I'm gonna put him currently in elite.
Yeah.
If this was back in like 2014, I think I'd probably be teetering between elite and franchise because I
Yeah.
mean, he was a multiple Selke winning player, kind of just like a Barkov and a Taves, just like a great two-way center. The guy that's going to lead your team. I mean, eventually he took down the captain role. Yeah, I mean, roughly nearly a point per game. Great player. I mean, two Stanley Cups to show for it. I don't know if there's much else debating that.
No, I agree. He's a lead player and he's fallen off, but I mean, who's around him on that team anymore really?
Yeah,
Like,
they're all
yeah.
young or super old. He doesn't have much, but yeah, I think Elite's a good spot. All right, what you got for Artemi Panarin?
I mean, fuck. He's getting paid what, 10 and a half? You got to put him at a franchise,
Yeah,
I guess,
11.
Yeah, 11 mil. I mean, fuck, dude. I
I
think he's franchise for sure.
He's an elite play. I'm torn between the two.
Mhm.
Of elite and franchise because I mean he's been a great player, like a superstar type player. I just don't know if he's the guy on the team to lead the team,
I see. Yeah.
like like an OV or one of those guys. I
Yeah,
think he has
I
the
know what you mean.
potential to get there. I just don't know if he's at this point because I don't know if I can put him on a higher level than like a Barkov or Kopitar, but I mean he's over a point per game for his career. I mean he was an absolute beast last year with the Rangers.
Yep.
Super talented. Super pissed when the Hawks traded him.
Of course.
Like, what are you doing? I don't know.
Well, yeah.
I would
You'd
I
say
would probably
elite.
go with elite.
Throw
But
him elite because
yeah.
I agree. Because you do got to have that special something, a leader.
Now the next one is gonna be really hard
Yeah.
because Austin Matthews, like
Ooh.
right now
He's
in this
killing it.
season in 2021,
Killing it.
he looks franchised to me in
Yep. I
2021.
agree.
He is playing on a McDavid level, in my opinion.
Yep.
I mean, he's got 18 goals so far this season.
Damn.
I feel like he's just carrying the Maple Leafs. This is what I've wanted to see. I wanted to see Matthews take that next step.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's finally starting to make that. I mean, the Maple Leafs are. I don't know what the standings are in that division, but um, they're the first. I mean, they're first place in the division right now. I mean, they are
Oh,
pretty stacked, but I want to see Toronto do well this year,
me
and they're going
too.
to ride and die with Matthews.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
excited. I think he's that franchise player that they're going to have. I mean, Tavares doesn't look like he's really performing that well right now.
Yeah. No,
So I think
I agree. Franchise player,
he's their
especially.
franchise
I
player.
don't know. I just feel like this season he's kind of like stepping into his own, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
think he's playing with a lot of confidence, man.
right. Exactly. I
I mean,
like
he
it.
scored 40 goals as a rookie. That's insane.
That's awesome.
He's been an elite goal scorer. I mean, just how deceptive his shot is. Like he'll just do like a little toe drag and shoot. I'm like, dude, how do you do
Yeah.
that? That's just elite skill. I mean, overall franchise player. I think this could be the year that he brings a. I mean, especially if he brings a cup like home this year to
Oh,
Toronto. Definitely a franchise player. Like that's the guy you want to keep,
100%.
no doubt. All right, we got Brad Marchand next. What you got?
Oh man. I
The Rat.
mean, yeah. I would say I'll put him. I'll kind of let you decide. But I got him between great and elite. Maybe great. I don't know though, man. I don't
I
know.
think. I think over the past few seasons, I'm going to put elite because Boston has been super dynamic with what they have, and
Yep.
I don't know. He's a pest. He's like an Andrew Shaw, but he
Like,
can fucking score.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
Like he's got an elite skill, and I
Yep.
mean he put up 100 points. If you can put up 100 points in a season, I'm going to say you're probably elite.
Yeah.
And he's been putting the puck in the back of that, and he's been one of their cornerstone pieces. I mean, he's been in the 3 cup finals with the team. Not much else to say about him. I mean, he's just
Yeah.
you
Solid.
love to have him on your team, but you hate him when he's not. And that's all that you can say. Now the next player is Braden Point. I'm not sure if you know too much about Braden Point. He's on Tampa
No.
Bay.
Oh, I've heard of
I
him. Yeah. I know who you're
I
talking
want
about.
to put him on elite, but I haven't seen enough from him like since he's been in the league. I mean, he put up 92 points one year and scored 40 goals.
That's impressive.
But you're also playing on a really stacked Tampa Bay
Right.
team, and I don't know if that's a product of the players you're playing with or just that elite talent yourself. I think he definitely has the potential to be into the elite category. I'm probably going to piss off Lightning fans if I say that, but I mean, it's from my perspective. I think he has definitely the potential to get into elite, but for now, I'm just on that team. I'll put him at great. Brock Besser, what do
Hmm.
you got?
I don't know too much about him, to be
He's
honest.
just like a. I mean, whoever he's got, I think he's got 12 goals this season.
Let's see.
I mean, for me, I would probably put him into. I'd probably put him in the good to great category. Probably great because he's got an elite shot. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he's a goal scorer. I mean, he's going to be a cornerstone piece of the Canucks. And I
Yeah, it
think,
says he's got
you know,
12 goals and 10 assists this season.
yeah, he's been
That's
a beast. Got him on my fantasy team, by the way.
Oh, you got
Doing
him?
pretty well.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm looking at right now. This is our ESPN
yeah,
app.
he's a beast. He's part of that 2015 like stacked draft.
Oh, okay.
Um, Yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, he's going to be a cornerstone piece. He kind of reminds me of if we're looking at the Canucks through the Blackhawks lens, you got Pedersen as your center. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like your Taves. You got or your Kane. You got Horvat as your Taves. I feel like you got Besser as like your Sharp because
Yeah.
he's an elite sniper, and then you got Hughes as your Duncan Keith. I mean, I love their core there,
Yeah, that's solid. I do too.
and
It's
I think
solid.
he'll be a great player from him. I just don't know if he'll ever get into a tier of elite or franchise. But I
Yeah.
mean, all right, next we got Clayton Keller. I'll just take this one. He plays on Arizona. He's anybody that plays in Arizona is like they're just never going to score points. I don't know what it is, if it's their system or just lack of talent.
Yeah.
Phil Kessel went there last year and just was awful
Says he's got
after scoring.
5 goals and 8 assists this season.
Keller,
Yeah,
or
Keller. Yeah.
I would say average. He's probably. I mean, if he's on a different team, I'll stick him in the good category. But I mean, it's
Average.
just been very underwhelming playing on that team.
Yeah, I never even heard of him.
So
So.
yeah, he's just a U.S. player.
Oh.
Pretty undersized, but a pretty silky, skilled winger.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him on a different team, but for now, I mean, I don't even know why he's on this list, to be honest with you. All right, we got Connor
Oh,
McDavid.
my
I think
guy.
you got to put him in average, right?
Yeah, I would say no. You gotta put him at franchise, man. The guy's nasty as fuck. I just feel bad for him. He's on the fucking Whalers. I wish, if I was him after this season, I'd be like, dude, get me the fuck out of here, man. Send me where the fuck ever.
I know, right? I mean, they're doing okay right now, but that's just when you're playing against like a Canadian division. I don't know if I take too much weight into it. I mean, you're playing
Yeah.
the Canucks and the Senators. The Flames aren't really playing that well this year. Um, I mean, but still, McDavid is putting up like insane numbers. Like he's
Yeah.
playing in Bantam hockey. I mean, he did that 5 point game the other day. Just the stuff that dude does. Where did you see the play where he was going along the boards,
Yeah, dude.
kicked the puck like behind his? I'm like, dude, how is that even
Yeah.
fucking
That
possible?
was nasty as fuck. Yeah.
He tied Crosby the amount of games to make 500 points. So I mean, I feel bad. I mean, at this point, Crosby had way more talent around him in his career. I mean, he won a Stanley Cup
Yep.
when he was like 20 or 21 years old, 22. He just, I mean, other than Draisaitl, he doesn't have much to work with. Nugent
Right.
Hopkins, and,
Yeah,
you
I know.
know,
You said you didn't really
the,
like Nugent Hopkins.
the dude just needs more weapons. But I mean, overall, I mean, best player in the league. I've never seen a player like that. The
Uh,
shit that he can do is just
Yeah.
insane.
He's nasty.
I'd love to see him on a stacked team. All right, David Pasternak.
Ooh.
I am gonna go out on a limb here. I don't know if this is a product of who he's playing with, if it's the Bruins, but I'm
Ooh,
I
put him
kind of
up
want to put
there.
him in franchise
Ooh, I like
because
it.
this dude is a sniper, a
Mm-hmm.
pure sniper, and oh my god, the stuff that he's done the past few years, he would have scored 100 points if they played a full season last year. I just think without him in their team right now, it's a completely different unit. I think he completely changed that team. I mean, if they don't have a scoring, elite for a franchise player like him,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't have made the Stanley Cup final a few years ago. I mean, I think he's got all the potential to, be a 700 goal scorer one day. I think,
Damn.
you
Yeah.
know, I mean, he was picked in the later round. He's picked in the late first round in 2015. I mean,
Oh wow.
or 2014. I think the Blackhawks picked Nick Schmaltz before Pasternak. To kind
Fuck.
of give you yeah,
Yeah. Damn.
yeah. He came from I think he's Slovakian or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
Czech Republic, whatever it is. I mean, yeah, it came from like a small nation, and I mean he's just been elite ever since he's come over.
Yeah.
I think he's about to be a point per game player.
He's
I
nasty.
think yeah.
I agree.
All right,
Franchise.
all right. We got Dylan Larkin next.
It's kind of I don't know.
I would
Like,
probably put him in the great
yeah,
category.
that's what I was thinking. Great. Yeah. The only thing is, he's just
And
on a shitty team.
exactly. Yeah, I would say
So
the same thing. Like, I don't know Dylan. I mean, he put up like 78 points one year on a shitty Red Wings team. I think he's a great two-way player, very skilled, and it just sucks that he's kind of hampered down by being on the fucking Red Wings.
hmm
I would love to see him on a team that's actually,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see him on Team USA when the Olympics hopefully come back,
Yep.
because that'll be sweet. He'll definitely make that team.
Yeah.
But
He's good
yeah,
though.
I would agree. Yeah, great two-way player. I think it's great. I think it's a good spot to put him in the great category.
Yep.
All right, next up we got Elias Pettersson, and I'm probably gonna piss off Canucks fans here, but I'm gonna put him in the great for now.
For now. Okay.
And I think he has the potential to be into elite, but I just don't think at this point in time the Canucks are kind of a mess right now. I don't know, what's going on with them, but I mean they're 8-13-2. They're not very good.
Yeah, that's not good.
Pedersen hasn't been producing at a near point per game clip. I mean, I don't know. They mostly have the same pieces, and I don't know what's going on with that team right now. He just hasn't seemed the same. But overall, I mean, he's got a great skill set. I mean, silky mitts, a nice release and a nice shot. I think he has potential to get into elite, but I don't think he'll ever reach that franchise tier. All right, Eric Stahl. I'm just going to go over that. There's no need to talk about him. I don't know why that's on here. All right, Evgeny Malkin. What you got, Blake?
I think I would say elite, even though he's been asked this year, but it's Malkin.
I would agree with that.
He's Crosby's right hand man. Can't go
I mean, he was
wrong.
there for the 3 Stanley Cups, won the
Right.
Conn Smythe.
Yep.
I mean, I think he has a chance to rebound this year. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows how hard it is on these players with the whole COVID situation going on. I don't know if motivation's there or if it's just age catching up to him, but
Right.
overall, in terms of his whole career, elite player, will score you 85 to 100 points every year. Definitely, I agree with that. All right, Evgeny Kuznetsov.
Ooh.
Now, this is kind of like I'm going to say great
Okay.
because he's kind of just like the third. He's kind of like the third, winger, that third scoring option on that team. I mean, he's like a second line center for them. He'll put you up 75, 85 points. But I mean, he was a huge contributor in their cup run. But I can't see him ever being in the elite category.
Right.
Near scoring
Yeah.
100 points. But I mean, overall, in terms of team success, he's a player that you need on your team. I think a great fits for him in the great category.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we got Philip Forsberg.
Ooh. I would put him at great probably.
I would agree with that.
He's solid, but I don't know. After the Predators, they just kind of fallen off the face of the earth here. Past couple.
I mean, he's been their leading contributor. I mean, I saw
Right.
they, played really well, last game. It'd be interesting to see how he would perform on a different team right now. I think he's super skilled. But yeah, I mean, in terms of that, I don't think there's just another spot really for him other than right there.
Right.
All right, Jack Eichel. I think the only spot we can put him is I think he's just a franchise player. There's no other way to really put it. I mean, he's just stuck on Buffalo. I feel so bad for this guy.
Right. Yeah.
Because all he wants to do is win. He's their leader. This season, he just looks unmotivated. Like, he's just like, this is just going to be shitty. Like, I'm not going to get any help. And, I mean, that's pretty much what Buffalo's been.
Yeah.
He's never in the playoffs. And they're 6-8-2. They're last in the division. I feel so bad for him because he's always going to be compared to Connor McDavid since they're in the same draft together.
Right.
And I mean, at least McDavid's been able to make it to the playoffs twice, and he actually has, a decent squad around him. I mean, he's got Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, Yamamoto.
Mhm.
You got at least decent defensemen. Buffalo's just a train wreck, and I don't know what's going on there, but Jack Eichel needs to get out of there and get some help pronto. All right, Jamie Benn. I would put him in great.
I was gonna say elite or great, but probably great.
He's really fallen off the past couple of years as he's gotten older. I mean, he's a power forward. He's just a huge body that's going to get you in front of the net and just dig out pucks from the corner. I love this game personally. I think he's a great player. I mean, I like a player that, will stand up for his teammates and, bat home pucks in front of the net.
Mhm.
Overall, I mean, He's won an Art Ross trophy, and that was only 87 points, but he still won. I can't believe that a few years ago, 87 points won you the scoring title.
That's crazy.
You know, the NHL has developed so much more scoring, which I think it fucking needed.
100%.
But yeah, I think great's definitely a good spot for him. All right, next we got John Tavares, and I used to think he was elite, but I'm just not seeing anything crazy right now, and I don't think he's on an elite level.
Yeah.
I mean, he's under a point per game right now. It seems like he's been kind of underwhelming. He's a great player, great two-way player. Reminds me of Jonathan Toews.
Right.
Not very quick. You know, probably gonna piss Maple Leafs fans off. And I mean, they want to come at us to put him in the elite category. Feel free to. But you know, Maple Leafs. All right, Johnny Gaudreau.
I would say it's been kind of underwhelming, but then I don't know. He's got like shown flashes of greatness.
He has. It's just been very inconsistent.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I would probably put him at great, but I want to put him at elite. You know what I mean?
I agree with that, definitely. Very skilled. Just doesn't seem to have the consistency to make it to elite yet, like those other players.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot for him. I don't know. They don't really have any much else to say about him.
Yeah.
All right, Jonathan Huberdeau. And this is going to be controversial.
Uh-oh.
But I think I'm going to put him in elite just based off his play the past few seasons and having Coach Q there. I mean, he's lighting it up right now.
Yep.
He's been an absolute fire. He was over a point per game last year, and the year before that he scored 92 points. So that's about 2.5 years, almost 3 years of point per game production. You know, leading contributor on the team. It looks like they're going to be a really good contender this season. Yeah, I think he's been an elite player these past few years. All right, Blake, you get Jonathan Toews. What you got?
Shit. I guess I got to put him at franchise, even though the past couple seasons he hasn't, done much. But he's won 3 cups. He kind of.
If we were talking about 5 years ago, I would have franchise. But in terms of how he's been playing since that, I would have to put him in great.
I understand.
Just because the production's not there.
You're right.
If we're looking at Barkov, Panarin, Marchand, like Huberdeau, his production the past few years has been
subpar.
Hasn't been. Yeah, I mean, he scored 81 points 2 years ago. I mean, he was pretty underwhelming last year. I love the captain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going to be a Hall of Famer one day. You know, going to get his jersey retired.
Yeah.
But he's in terms of, I would definitely.
Last couple of years. Not good.
But other than that, in terms of his whole career, he was definitely a franchise player. But I just can't put him on the same tier as those guys.
Right.
All right, Leon Draisaitl, and I struggle to put him in either franchise or elite.
Yeah, you can honestly, to me, you could put him at either one. To be honest,
because all right, I'm gonna put him in franchise, and here's why. He produced still at a great clip when Connor McDavid was out last season with like an injury.
Mm-hmm.
And he was still putting up points. I mean, he put up 110 points in whatever 70-something games he played. That is insane.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
I mean, he led the team when Connor McDavid was injured. He came out of nowhere. The German Gretzky is just lighting it up. Great player.
Yep.
Can play the center of the wing. I mean, he's got 200-point seasons now.
That's insane.
Point per game player in his career. Franchise player to me. I think it'd be interesting to see him lead a different team.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree.
And imagine if Jack Eichel could play with a player like that, like McDavid can. Yeah. That'd be insane.
That'd be nasty.
All right, Logan Couture, solid player, 2007 draft, but good. I can't really say anything other than that. I mean, good two-way player. Will score you 60 points a season and 30 goals. That's all I'm going to say about Logan Couture. We talked too much about him so far.
Yep.
All right, Mark Scheifele. You got this one, or you want me to take it?
Yeah, you take it. Because I'm not too sure. I feel like I would put him at good or great. I don't know, between there.
I'm actually going to take a different approach, and I'm going to say elite. Because I think
Oh.
he is the driving force of that team. I think once Blake Wheeler's gone, he will be captain. He's a great two-way centerman, and he puts up nearly a point per game player. He's always have a positive plus minus. Overall, I think he's an elite talent. I think he
Yeah.
he deserves to be in that spot. Alrighty, we got Mark Stone. You want to take this one, or you want me to take it, Mark Stone?
Stone. You know what? I do not like this guy, but he's a solid fucking player.
Dude, he's a great winger. He's a
Yeah.
super defensive-minded winger. He's like a right-handed Marian Hossa. He's very strong on the puck.
I don't know. I'd probably put him between great or elite, to be honest.
I would agree with that. He's roughly at a point per game pace.
Yeah, and last year he fucked us up in the playoffs. I feel like every goal
He did.
was Stone.
He was a beast. I mean, he took their captaincy. Like, he's their first captain in franchise history.
Mm-hmm.
I think he deserves that spot just because
Yeah, definitely.
his two-way play, and you're not gonna. There's no really flashy players on that team,
No.
and I think he's just overall, in that elite category. All right, Matt Barzal. Matt Barzal, I'm gonna put in elite. He plays on the most defensive-minded system in the league, and he still puts up nearly a point per game in the NHL. I mean,
Damn.
he just got elite talent. Another 2015 draft class pick. Overall, he just silky hands. Reminds me of just like a right-handed Patrick Kane.
Damn.
Super skilled. I mean, he's the driving force of the Islanders' offense. Doesn't have much to work with. I just think he's an elite talent. All right, Matt Duchene.
I'd probably put him at great, to be honest.
I'm thinking good and great.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened to Matt Duchene.
Yeah, I feel like a couple years ago, that's all you heard coming out of there.
I mean, he was decent in Colorado, wanted that trade, performed decent in Ottawa, but I mean, ever since he came to Nashville, I have not heard of Matt Duchene. Right. I haven't heard of anybody on that team. Right. I just can't say anything but good because of the name Matt Duchene.
Yep.
All right, some of these I'm just gonna go through really quickly. Like Max Domi, I don't average or good. Mika Zibanejad, I'm gonna put in good because I mean he scored 40. I think he scored 40 goals last season, but he's been absolutely atrocious this year. I don't know what's going on with the Rangers. Mikko Rantanen, I'm gonna put him in the elite category. I mean, he plays in the top line. Moose, as they call him, plays on the top line. I got the same nickname as the guy. Plays on the top line, nearly a point per game player, a great two-way player. I mean, I think he's one of the cornerstones of that team for sure. Mitch Marner, you want to take that one?
I don't know too much about him, to be honest.
Oh, Mitch Marner. I'm going to say elite because he's been one of the top scorers in the league right now. He's actually leading scoring.
Oh, wow.
Now, I've already said Matt Barzal is the right-handed Patrick Kane, but I think Marner is definitely the right-handed Patrick Kane. Played the London Knights in the Ontario Hockey League. Just a super skilled guy. I think him and Matthews are definitely the new generation of the Maple Leafs, as we already know that. But I think he overall he's elite talent. He's a point per game in the league.
Okay.
I don't think there's much else to be said about him. But Nathan McKinnon.
Elite. Franchise.
I was about to say I got to put Nate Mack in the franchise.
Yeah,
he's so skilled.
Yeah, I'm at franchise.
I think finally seeing some talent put around him there, and he's taken that step to, a dominant offensive force. Dude, did you see the Lake Tahoe game?
Yeah.
Frangela being like, "Oh boy."
Yeah, that was funny.
You got Nate McKinnon rushing at you with the puck.
Yep.
Yeah, I think franchise player for sure. I mean, it is. I mean, I think Colorado. I think Colorado and Toronto have really good chances of winning the cup this year, and that'd be a sweet
yeah,
second final.
dude, that'd be awesome.
Actually, I don't know if they can play each other this year. I think they can. Or no, I think they're in the same conference. But
Oh yeah.
that would still be an insane playoff
Yeah,
battle
that'd be awesome.
between Colorado. Would be sweet to see. Nick Backstrom. I'm gonna say Nick Backstrom is elite. I mean, he's the reason why Ovi has a bunch of his goals is from Nick Backstrom setting him up in the power play, dishing him the puck. I think he's an underrated player. I think he slipped under the radar of being an elite player, but I mean a huge contributor to their Stanley Cup run.
I agree.
I mean overall just silky player. Nico Hischier, New Jersey Devils first overall draft pick. He's been playing pretty well this year. I don't know too much about his game personally, but I don't know if he's in the. I think he's in a great level or I'm gonna put good. I don't really know. He sure hasn't stuff. All right, this is actually a good one. Nikita Kucherov. What do you have?
I don't know. Bordering between franchise and elite. I'll put him in elite for sure, probably.
For sure, elite, but
I don't know.
It's so hard to tell because he's such an elite talent.
Yeah.
Such a dynamic offensive player. I don't know. I'd be teetering between that and franchise. I think it's such a close call.
Yeah, it is, man. It is.
I mean, multiple 100-point seasons, 128 points. 2 seasons ago, whatever it was. I don't know.
It's tough.
This is a tough one. I think he might have taken the mantle in the Tampa Bay organization as the franchise player.
Yeah.
And I think I might go with franchise. What do you agree?
I agree with that for sure. Yeah. I mean, he's a beast.
I just noticed we haven't even done any defensemen. They don't even have any defensemen on this list.
Wow.
I have no idea. All right, Patrick Kane. I don't really think much needs to be said about this.
Nah.
Franchise player.
100%.
Best American hockey player of all time.
Yep.
He's about to play in his 1,000th game, about to score his 400th point. He is leading the abysmal Blackhawks, who don't have shit right now on their team, into a playoff spot.
Let's go.
If they make the playoffs, he needs to win the Hart Trophy. I don't care if someone scores 10 or 15 more points than him.
Yep.
You are the most valuable player. If you're getting a team that Pius Suter or Dylan Strome is the number one center right now, and you're a playoff team.
Yep.
What has he got? 7 points his last 2 games. That spinorama goal. I mean,
yep.
Everybody. I mean, all the kids growing up nowadays coming in the NHL. Like, who's your favorite player? Patrick Kane.
Yep.
Dude's got the silkiest mitts, best hands in the league, no doubt.
No doubt.
Patrick Laine. What are you thinking for Patty Laine?
I kind of want to put him in elite.
I would agree with that. I just think he needs to be a little bit more consistent before he gets into the elite category.
Yeah.
Personally, I would say great. I mean, I don't know. He had a falling out with Winnipeg. I don't know why.
Right.
I don't know what was happening behind the scenes, but he's always been He's always been able to put the puck in the net.
Yep.
I think once he finds a little bit more consistency, he'd be put into the elite category. I definitely think he has the potential to be an elite, but right now, I'd probably say great.
Put him in great.
Sean Couturier. Not too much. Elite. I mean, he won the Selke. Great 2-way player. Can put you a couple points in, or can score you 70 to 80 points. I'm just gonna say great, just for sakes of getting this moving on quicker. Sebastian Aho. Sebastian Aho, I would probably have to say elite. And I'm going to say elite because Carolina is an absolute dog. They're a great team. I think they're going to have a really good chance to go far in the in the playoffs this season. I think he's an elite number one centerman in the league. Great two-way player. Will score you at 80 to 90 points, 40 goals. I think he deserves to be in that town. I mean, he's an. I don't think he's a household name because he plays in Carolina.
Right. Yeah.
This dude is really talented, and I definitely think that's a spot he deserves to be in. Sidney Crosby next. It's a tough one.
Franchise.
Dude, I hope this dude. He's lost so many games to his concussions, and now with COVID and everything. I mean,
it's frustrating.
I hope if he can play for a while longer. I mean, who knows how much longer he can play for? But
right.
Maybe I don't know what his point total is right now, but maybe he can start climbing up the leaderboard pretty highly. Maybe past Mario Lemieux. I think that'd be pretty sweet to see him eclipse Mario. Or like Gordie Howe. I think if he can stay healthy those years, I think he can definitely reach it. I think he's probably a top 10 player in NHL history.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
He's good at everything. He's a great. I mean, he can play. He can play a tough game. He can win you faceoffs, but he's also dynamically gifted on offense. All right, next we got Taylor Hall. I'm gonna put Taylor Hall in great.
Yeah.
Playing on Buffalo this year, only has I think one goal in like 16 games. Has been pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
But he won an MVP award like 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
I think he's got an elite talent. He's an elite talent, but I mean, he was on Edmonton.
Yeah.
We all know what happens with Edmonton. He was traded to New Jersey. New Jersey has been mediocre for 5-10 years.
Yep.
Then he was traded to Arizona, which is where scorers go to die.
Yep.
And now he's on Buffalo. I don't know why he's with Buffalo. I feel like you kind of had to expect Buffalo to be a train wreck, but I mean, I think if he plays around with some great players, he can make it to the elite category.
Same.
All right, Tyler Seguin.
I'm
What do you got for Seguin?
Between elite or great.
I would agree with that. I'd probably put him on the elite.
Yeah.
He had a bad playoff last year, but he was injured for like the entire thing.
Right.
Or like fought through injury, but I don't know. He's a dynamic player. I mean, I don't know what Boston was doing trading him, but he's been the face of the franchise along with Jamie Benn. He'll score you 35, 40 goals every year and be roughly a point per game.
Yep.
I think he's definitely just one of those elite talents in the league. All right, next up, Victor Arvidsson. I'm just going to say good.
Yeah.
Tarasenko, that's a good one. What are your thoughts on Tarasenko? Where do you think he belongs?
I would say elite.
I would agree with that. He's been dealing with a lot of injuries. I mean,
so I was going to say, I haven't heard much from him since they won the cup.
I remember when he first came up, and I just remember he scored highlight reel goals against the Blackhawks, and super talented. I mean, a huge contributor to their Stanley Cup winner.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely think he's elite talent. He'll score you 35, 40 goals. Definitely deserves to be in that spot. William Nylander, I'm going to go over that. Good. I don't think we really need to spend too much time talking about Nylander. All right. Steven Stamkos.
Ooh.
Now, a few years ago, I'd say franchise, but I don't think that's the case anymore. I don't think you can say he's a franchise player.
I was going to go with elite.
I would also agree with elite. I mean, definitely an elite scorer. Yep. That dude is probably got the next best shot after Alex Ovechkin in terms of one-timers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you tee him up, he'll put it in the back of that. He scored 60 goals back in 2012. I definitely think, he's an elite talent. Claude Giroux. I think for Claude Giroux, he's definitely an elite player as well.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about an underrated player in the league.
Yep.
Playing in Philadelphia in his entire career.
Yep.
That dude definitely deserves more recognition. He scored 100 points a couple of seasons ago. Has been near a point per game his entire career, and I mean, I think elite's a good spot for him. He's a great two-way player.
Yep.
Jakub Voracek. you could probably just put him in the good category or great. I don't think there's much to talk
Yeah.
about for Voracek. Patrice Bergeron. This is actually a good one. What do you think about Bergeron?
I don't know. How many Boston guys can we have up in the top 2 tiers?
I think this is
there a limit?
yeah.
I don't know. What has he been doing this year? I haven't even heard his name.
Oh, he's
much.
been like their leading point getter so far.
Yeah?
I would put Bergeron in elite.
Yeah, that's
just
what I was
because he's actually putting up more points now than he did back in the day. But I don't know if that's just because the NHL is evolving. But in terms, I mean, he's won how many Selke awards?
Yeah.
He's been deemed the best defensive center in like the entire league. Cornerstone of that franchise. I mean, I don't know where they would be without Patrice Bergeron.
Right.
Staple in that lineup, elite. I don't think there's any much else to say about that. And next we got Blake Wheeler. I'm gonna put Blake Wheeler in great. I think he's a good captain, a good playmaker. Other than that, I mean, there's not really too much to talk about Blake Wheeler.
Yeah.
I
think we got a solid list.
I think we do have a solid list. For the most part, I think most people are in that elite tier in terms of these players.
We need the defenseman on here, though, man. What the hell?
Yeah, right. I don't know what the hell that was. That would take us forever, though. But yeah, that was
Yeah, that was good.
That list. All right. So what do we have next? So I mean, in terms of, right now the Blackhawks going on to the Blackhawks. Right now they're in a playoff spot.
Right.
Their goals against, their goal differential is 0, which in the past couple of seasons that would seem like a godsend.
Yeah.
There's still so many holes on this team, but it's so fun to watch them be competitive and
exciting.
Stay in these games. I haven't been this excited in I don't know how long, but it's sweet to see them in these games. I don't know if you got a chance to watch the last Hawks game, Columbus in the Hawks. Did you see that game at all?
I saw the highlights. I forget when I was watching when that was on.
Holy crap, dude! Towards the end of it was either the end of regulation, towards the end of overtime. But Connor Murphy, dude, this dude was trying to skate backwards and almost fell down and gave up the game-winning goal. I'm like, you got lucky that Lincoln and that happens to players, but he looks so incompetent right there. I was like, holy crap, Connor Murphy, what are you doing?
Why does Bowman like him?
I don't know if we have much else to work with right now. I think hopefully he'll get taken in the Rule 5 or it'll be taken in the expansion draft. Because Ian Mitchell and Nick Beaudin, I think they've been playing great.
Yeah.
We have so many rookies on this team. There's like 7 rookies, I think, getting playing time all together. Like you never see that.
No.
Usually, there'll be 1 or 2 rookies on the team, but if they make the playoffs, Jeremy Colleton needs to be Coach of the Year.
Yep.
Because you don't have Doc, you don't have Taves. Andrew Shaw is now out with a concussion. Dylan Strome is now out with concussion. If they make it to the playoffs with this team, you need to give him Coach of the Year, and that'd be. I couldn't imagine that. I think they'll probably teeter between that, but Dallas is actually falling off. I thought Dallas, they've played 6 less games, but
still, yeah.
They haven't been playing. They're 2-4-4 in the last.
Dallas won tonight, right? I saw that.
I think they won tonight. So I guess they're 3-4-2 or 3 in their past couple games, but I don't think the Hawks will get past the Panthers, Lightning, or Hurricanes. They're going to be fighting for that 4th spot.
Yeah.
And the Red Wings are obviously not great. The Predators are a train wreck. Columbus is a good team. They're a good scrappy team. I think it's going to be the Blackhawks, Blue Jackets, and Stars fighting out for that last spot. But the advantage we got right now is Patrick Kane.
Yep.
He is carrying the team right now.
Let's fucking go, dude.
He had 4 points last game. Holy crap. Our power play is just elite right now, scoring at an insane clip. DeBrinket's actually bounced back this year. I knew DeBrinket would come back this year.
Yep.
He was super unlucky last year. He actually played a really good season. He was a lot better on both sides or both ends of the ice, and he just wasn't getting a lot of bounces his way. But overall, What are your thoughts on like the divisions? Like, what have you thought about like the baseball type schedule and just like these divisions?
I kind of enjoy him. It's kind of something new. But if fucking Kirby Doc comes back and gets going a little bit before we get in the playoffs, that's fucking huge, in my opinion.
Oh, dude, like, definitely. I mean, I hope he comes back. He'll take over that number. It'd just be really sweet to see him in the number one center role when he
Right.
comes back. Just like hopefully put on a line with Patrick Kane, and that'd just be oh my! I couldn't even imagine. I'd fucking freak out. But I
So
mean, in terms of,
the
I actually like. I mean, I like seeing like playing the same team twice,
yeah,
and like I think it's kind of cool. Like if you lose like a shitty game, like you can come back and hopefully get your revenge on teams.
right.
And in terms of division, like I think it's pretty sweet. Like we don't play the Red Wings anymore since they're in the
Yeah.
Eastern Conference. It's cool to play the Red Wings again. Obviously, you're going to score. You're going to get wins against them.
Hell yeah.
I already play the Stars and Predators, but the Blue Jackets used to be in the Central Division back in the day.
Yeah.
Cool to play against them. We see the Hurricanes more often now, the Lightning and the Panthers, which is I don't know. And I like that they. I mean, they had no other choice with
Right.
COVID.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the NHL did a really good job
Same.
kind of working with this, and I love the Canadian
Yeah, I was
division.
gonna
That's
say,
so
dude, that's the best part is all the Canadian teams going at it.
they're just in a bloodbath right now. That's so sweet.
Well, damn, I'm looking at the standings right now. Toronto's 15-4, 32 points. Is
Yeah,
that the
they've been
highest? Yeah.
they've been. I think they're number one in the league. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
but they've got this. What do they have?
How many times have they played
17.
Ottawa though? 14 out of those 15 games or what?
Yeah, right. I mean, you're gonna play Ottawa fights. You're gonna play Ottawa quite a lot.
Yeah, what's going on with Vancouver and Calgary? I feel like those were like one of the hottest teams last year.
I thought Vancouver would. I mean, Vancouver made it to. I think they made it to the second round or the
Yeah,
conference final this year.
yeah, definitely a
I don't
second
know
round.
what's going on. I don't know what's going on with them. I was expecting way more. I mean, I was expecting, you know, I don't know. Like Markstrom must have been a huge loss for them in Tanev because they just have not
Yeah,
seemed the same. I don't know if it's Holtby or if it's just the defense. Nobody just seemed to be producing the same way they did last year. I don't know what's going on in Vancouver.
it sucks.
I don't know. Someone might lose their job after this season because
Yeah,
with the talent you have on that team, and with, I mean, no offense, but I never thought the Canadians were going to be this great.
no, me neither. Yeah,
And
and
I mean, they just fired Claude Julien. Did you see that?
no, I didn't
They just fired
really.
Claude Julien, their head coach. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, they've been on. I mean, ever since they started off the season on fire, they're 4-4-2 in their last 10 games, 3 game
Yeah,
losing streak. I don't know if they played today. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you're the Canucks, there's no reason you shouldn't be a top four team.
I
The
was.
Senators are the bottom feeder. The Flames are
They're.
inconsistent.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, you should be able to hang in there with the Leafs, the
make the
Oilers.
playoffs at least.
Yes,
I was on
it
the
should be.
Vancouver bandwagon before the season started.
Oh, I was too. I was drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yep.
You got Quinn Hughes, one of the best young defensemen in the league. I mean, you went pretty far in the playoffs last season. You got Pedersen,
Hmm.
you got Miller, you got Horvat, you got Besser, you got all of this elite talent. I don't know, it just hasn't come together. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, the Flames and Canucks have always seemed to be underwhelming.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what it is, but the Flames have had 4 coaches in the past 6 seasons. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to be successful if you're doing that.
No, that's not a good
But
recipe for success.
not at all. But I mean, we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. I mean, in terms of the West, I don't know how the Kings are in a playoff spot right now, but they are. They've been playing it at a crazy level.
11 and
Um,
4.
yeah, the Knights are in the top of that division. I don't know. Like in terms of if you had to guess right now, who would your who would be the last 4 teams remaining? Like who would be your conference
Yeah.
championship game?
If I had to guess,
I think Central and East are in the same conference technically, and the
Central
West
and
and the
East.
North are in the same conference.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if, like you were saying earlier, if Carolina made it, like Carolina and Boston. I don't know. Boston's pretty fucking good, man. I think they're kind of a lock for me. But I kind of want to see. I would want to see Carolina or Florida in the conference final.
That'd be sweet.
But I don't. Colorado, they're nasty as shit. So wait, it's the West and the Canadian. You think?
Yeah, so the winner of the West would be
Okay.
playing, I believe, the winner of the North,
Okay. So
but I'm not
then
entirely sure.
I'll go Florida Panthers versus Boston, and then Toronto versus the Avs.
You
That's what
said
I
who was
was.
the first one? Boston and who?
Boston and Florida Panthers.
I'm similar. I'm gonna say Tampa Bay. They're gonna get
Yeah.
Kucherov back in time, and they're just an absolute wagon. I
Yep.
mean, you get him back, and your team is automatically like they're playing without him right now, and
They're still kind of.
12-4.
Yeah.
You get him back. I think Tampa, Boston, Colorado, and Toronto. I think I would definitely agree with that. But moving on, shifting over to basketball. What do you think of Zach LaVine making the All-Star team?
Fucking thank God finally. Last year he should have made it. I don't know why he was in it. It was All-Star game was in Chicago, and they had nobody from the Bulls on there. Which I mean I could kind of understand, but even last year Zach LaVine was putting up fucking numbers.
Yeah, he was a good player last season. I mean,
And
he's scoring 28.6 points right now per game, 5.1 assists, and 5.4 rebounds. I would have lost my mind if he didn't make the
yeah,
All-Star team this year because this dude's putting up 30 points like every game.
and
He is,
this season to me he's really like stepped up as a leader. This is like the Bulls are like his. This is his team now. Like
yeah, I would agree.
he's
with
got the
that.
C on his chest. He's
Yeah,
got,
I mean, he's only 25 years old,
which
which
is
is crazy. I
yeah,
can't believe
insane.
he's only 25.
Dude, he came
What?
in at 19 years old to the league.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, people forget that.
I think,
He's been in the league for like 6 years now, but he's only 25.
yeah.
So,
No, I love seeing him under Billy Donovan now. I think that hire has just
oh,
been everything
huge.
I could have wanted it. Like, I mean, although they're 14 and 16,
Still,
that's
yeah,
that. If you would have told me right now, like a year ago, that the Bulls would be 14 and 16,
yeah.
I would have been screaming like hallelujah.
Yep, with the eights, we'd be in the 8 seed right now.
Yeah, like Jim Boylan was just an absolute train wreck. I think like any change you could have made would have made this better.
I feel like
But
nobody just respected that guy on the team. Everybody knew this. He was just a dumbass. I feel like no disrespect
yeah,
or nothing, but he's
and here's
just
the thing: he's doing it with the same roster.
exactly. Yeah.
There's not any
No.
different players
No.
except for Patrick Williams.
Yeah. Who's 19?
Change needed to be made. It just, you know, Donovan just knows what he's doing. Like
Yeah, he's a solid coach,
he
man.
knows when to get onto his players and when to back off. Like that's just what we need. Now the thing for the Bulls is like you got to get lucky in basketball in the sense of getting a franchise player
Exactly.
because you have a chance to get, a DeAndre Ayton or like there's ever I don't know, or like a LeBron James. Like
Right.
there's even if you have the first overall pick, you're not always a player or that franchise changing player.
I would say too.
Yeah, you have to get lucky when you get the first overall
I'm
pick.
getting lucky with the free agent market. Hopefully, get a good size. So I hope now that the Bulls are doing decent, someone will actually want to come here.
Well, did you see the thing about Lonzo Ball like wanting to come here?
Yeah,
Like I don't really care about Lonzo Ball. I mean, I guess that'd be pretty sweet. This team kind of needs is he a point guard?
yeah. Him.
This
I
team
think he would be very good on this Bulls team.
this team needs a point guard.
Yeah,
Um, if you have because I know Kobe's kind of like better off the ball.
yeah. Kobe. He's just like inconsistent. Sometimes he'll
Yeah.
drop like 30, and then the next like 3 or 4 games he'll get like 8 or 10 points, and it's like, especially in today's NBA, you kind of need two guys that are going to put up 20 plus points every night.
For the most part, I mean, Kobe's kind of, I believe he's kind of near that, right? Like,
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
usually it's him and Zach Levine going off.
yeah.
A lot of the veterans have stepped up. Thaddeus Young,
He's a beast. That is young. He's been playing so
I hope
well
we
this
can
year.
trade. I hope we can trade. Some of these older players.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe accumulate some assets. But yeah, I mean,
Bulls are looking up for sure.
definitely. I mean,
I think the next
if you get
few years will be
you
exciting.
got a player like Lonzo Ball saying he wants to come. I know he's not like a superstar player,
But
but
still,
I
he's a
mean,
name. In
players.
the media,
Someone
you're
wants
gonna
to
hear
come to
that.
Chicago.
Yeah,
Yes, like
yeah.
the NBA will be so much better with a good Bulls team
Oh, no
because
question.
they are one of the top markets. Like,
Yes.
if you have a good Bulls team, the NBA is
Yep.
gonna be doing like so well.
Yep. I agree.
And I'm trying to find out some free agents here right now.
Yeah, I don't know who's a free agent after this season. Like that would be a notable player.
I know I think there's a pretty decent market for these guys. I mean, if you can, I mean, Kawhi, he can opt out of his contract.
Oh, Kawhi to the Bulls? That'd be nasty as fuck. I don't think
Hey,
it'll happen, but
have him learn have Patrick Williams learn from him.
that'd be amazing. Him and Zach Levine would be
Tyrese
nasty.
Halliburton is actually pretty. You seen Tyrese Halliburton on the Kings?
Yeah, he's good.
He's like really good. He seemed like a really good rookie. Fuck, I was like, man.
Or I don't know. I know Boston has a lot of guys. I don't know what their contract situation is, but I feel like they got a lot of guards. Like Kemba Walker, I don't know how long he signed for. I know he'd be decent on the Bulls though.
Yeah, if we can just get a great point guard,
Yeah.
like a
I would even say like a
like
good
a
big
fuck-
guy too.
I don't know what's going on with the Rockets, but if you can get like a John Wall or something,
Ooh, that'd be nasty. Yeah.
that'd be pretty sweet.
Yep.
Or fucking dude, look at the Wizards right now. I mean, if you can somehow, I don't know what Russell Westbrook's contract is right now.
I think it's 2 years.
Like if you can get a Russell Wilson for relatively cheap, I mean, I still think he's an insane talent. I think it'd be
Yeah.
pretty sweet to see.
Oh.
Like a Russell Westbrook. We just need it. You needed an elite point guard. You need someone to distribute the ball.
Yep.
Because not every team is going to have a LeBron James that can play every position.
Right. Yeah. True that.
I forgot. Did Davis sign the max extension?
Yeah, he's in LA for the foreseeable future.
I don't blame him doing that.
Yeah, no, I don't either. But he's been injured, and the Lakers have been sucking. They've only won one game out of the last 5. They're playing tonight though, so I don't know what happened tonight. But ever since Davis went down, they lost to the Wizards, dude. The Lakers, yeah. That was over the weekend.
God.
They lost. I think it was Sunday. They lost to the Wizards, and they've just been losing to shit teams without Anthony Davis. But the fucking Utah Jazz, man, they're playing out of their minds this year.
I mean, what you got Donovan Mitchell. Oh, just imagine a player like Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, dude. I've always wanted fucking Damian Lillard on the Bulls. I don't know why. I feel like he would just look good in a Bulls uniform. Him and Zach Levine.
Dude, if you can get, oh my God, I will give anything to get fucking Damian Lillard on the Bulls.
But
dude. I love Damian. He's so underrated. He plays in Portland. Like I've always wanted to get a jersey.
Yeah.
Man.
Exactly. But Portland will never give him up though. There's no fucking shot.
Unless he wants to like leave.
But
in that case, you're gonna be trading first round picks if you're the Bulls.
Do you want to do that? No.
Him?
I don't know.
What do you think of Laurie?
Who?
Laurie.
I feel like he's not durable. I don't know. He's always injured. Like he'll get hot. He'll be dropping 25, 30 points a game. And then he's out for 6 weeks, and then he comes back, plays 5 to 8 games, gets going again, and then his ankle hurts or something. And it's just like I would get rid of him, to be honest. But I don't know who would want him. I feel like he doesn't have any.
You probably get some garbage team to want him or something. Yeah,
I hope so. I mean, I think he's a good player, but he just can't stay healthy. He's one of those.
What about Wendell? I don't really know fucking Bulls. What do you think about Wendell?
He's been playing really really good, but when we played, so the Sixers are the best team and we played them on Saturday and we were neck and neck the whole game. But what killed us was Embiid's big ass. He looks so much bigger than Wendell Carter. That's why I was like, the Bulls probably need like an actual legit like 7 foot
Big man.
over guy. Yeah, because Wendell Carter, I think he's like 6'10", 6'11", which is obviously tall as fuck. But Embiid was just babying him the whole game, man.
What do you think about like I think Steven Adams is on the Pelicans. I mean,
Yeah,
they've
he's
been
on
kind of a
Pelicans.
train wreck.
Yeah,
What do you think about Steven Adams on
I
the
would love him.
Bulls?
I would love him. He would be solid, man. That's what you would need, especially
Yeah.
we're in the East. We're going against Embiid. The guy, when Embiid's healthy and he's going, I mean, right now they're saying he's the MVP. So there you go. And they haven't had Ben Simmons has been injured for a couple games now. So Embiid's just been putting up like 40 points every fucking night. So it's like, I don't know, but
Sorry, second.
I was impressed with the Bulls when they played the Sixers on Saturday. They only hit like 4 threes the whole game, and they were in the game the whole time with the best team in the East. So I was impressed by that. And Zach LaVine didn't even put up only 5 points.
I've looked up some of those because I haven't really watched a lot of it, but I've
Right.
the box scores and stuff.
Hmm.
In a couple of these games, I'm just seeing like points being distributed throughout the lineup.
Yes. Yeah.
Like multiple players with double-digit points.
Yep.
Like
They said,
I like to see that. Like because like we've said, like there's no other than Zach LaVine, there's not really an elite talent
Right.
on this team.
we need someone else, another elite guy.
But one thing I think, since we're going to be a near playoff team, on that hump
Fringe,
between fringe playoff contender, I'm going to be interested to see how Karnisovas drafts
Yep.
because I don't know, like in the NBA, I feel like I don't know what the draft process is, but like how does a guy like Devin Booker or Donovan Mitchell
Yeah.
or like these like franchise type players
Mhm.
of the round? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just like dumb saying that, but like
No,
I don't know.
I
Isn't
agree.
that pretty? I don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty obvious in basketball, like who the elite talent is.
I guess not.
So
I feel like
what else? Jamal Murray.
yeah, he's a stud too. Yeah, he's been killing it this season. But I know the Bulls, they drafted this year a guy in Europe, and he didn't come over this season. He's still over in Europe, and he's been lighting shit up over in Europe. So I think the Bulls will
Let's
have him.
go, dude. Karnisovas.
Yeah, so I think he'll come over next. I think he didn't come over this year because of COVID and shit. Obviously, I think he's Croatian or some
Yeah.
shit. But every now and then, one of the Bulls media will tweet about him, and then you just see highlights of him.
What position does he play?
I think he's like a Zach LaVine shooting guard type person.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens when he comes over
Let's hope
here.
to be
Yeah, that's what I think. A big guy and a true point guard.
dude. Jokic, man.
Oh, that guy's a
This
stud.
dude is insane.
Dude, I forget what he did last night, but I know he had a really good ass game last night. I want
Like,
to
where
say,
does this guy come from, dude? He gets drafted in the second round.
yeah,
He's the best disher big man I've ever seen, and just
and he's got a really nice jump shot too.
He does, man.
Jump shot. Yeah, I love him. I like that Denver team too. I think that Denver team,
hell yeah.
Denver. I want to see Denver and Utah in the West. I know everybody wants to see both LA teams, but
No,
fuck
fuck
that,
LA, dude.
Yeah,
I would agree.
I want
No,
to
that'd be
see.
sweet, dude. I want to see a different team come out, like a
Yeah.
Utah or like you said, Denver, like
That'd
something
be-
you haven't seen before,
Right. Yeah.
dude. And
Go ahead.
what makes me like, I don't know, what I get excited for is the fact that Karnisovas built that.
Denver team,
He
right?
built
Yeah.
that Denver Nuggets team, and they're really good.
They're
It
one
gives
of
me
the top
confidence.
5 teams, in my opinion, top 5 teams in the whole league.
And that gives me confidence for these Bulls. And
Right.
I know it's going to take a while because this is their first time seeing all the players on the court. You're going to evaluate,
Right.
okay, who you have. Like, okay, maybe they're like, Wendell sucks, or we're going to get rid of him, or like Laurie doesn't fit into our plans here. It'll be interesting to see how they evaluate after the season.
Right.
But I mean, in terms of the direction, I mean, I think Zach LaVine has proved that you can't get rid of Zach LaVine unless
No.
you're getting a ridiculous
Yeah.
return. But even in that case, I don't know why you would trade him. I
No.
mean,
He's an
he's on a
all-star.
bargain of a contract.
Yep.
He's only making what, $20 million a year.
Which in the NBA
It's pretty cheap.
ain't shit.
But I want to see the Bulls get a player like on a max contract.
Yeah, dude.
Like
Yeah.
I want to hopefully have a player good enough that we draft that eventually turns into a max contract player, or like sign one in free agency.
I fucking hope so, man. That'd be amazing. But it's an exciting time to be a Bulls fan.
Definitely.
There ain't much going on else. I mean, you got the Hawks and the White Sox. But we don't know the Hawks either. I feel like the Hawks and Bulls are on the same boat, kind of.
Yeah, they're fringe playoff teams.
Yeah. Which,
I
I guess.
think they're both up and coming. I guess you
Yeah.
can say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Any other quick notes we want to talk about or discuss?
No, not really. Just we got to start watching a little more college basketball because I do want to do a show where I don't know. We could just me and you again, just fill out a bracket.
That's fine with me.
I think that'd be fun content to put out.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, Illinois will actually go pretty far in the
Number
tournament.
5, man, they're pretty
That'd be
good.
sweet. I saw they lost to Michigan State the other day.
Oh, they did. That's a bad
Yeah.
loss. Then Michigan State
But
sucks.
they kicked the shit out of Minnesota.
Yeah,
So I don't get that.
yeah.
But all right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicago Shoot the Shit podcast. I'm Stephen Leitner, joined by Blake Grantham, and we'll see you next time.
Gang, gang.